Good afternoon. Can you please introduce yourself to the court?
My name is Gray Marlowe.
And Gray Marlowe, what do you do for a living?
Well, right now I work as an expert consultant. See, I'm a board-certified physician with a background in sports medicine. I've worked with everyone from the Dallas Cowboys to the Australian Olympic breakdancing team. I provide my medical expertise to cases such as this one.
Doctor, how did you find yourself to become involved in today's case?
I was asked by this production company called Cellcom Studios. They asked me to review the autopsy of a certain Rob Armstrong that died during a show that they were filming.
Were you compensated in any way for your testimony here in court today?
Yes, I was paid hourly for my work, and I'm being offered a flat fee to testify here today.
Doctor, did your prior experience help you in coming to your opinion on today's case?
Absolutely. See, even prior to doing sports medicine, I spent 2 years as a forensic pathologist. My job was to examine dead bodies and figure out why they died. I've examined over 1,200 bodies in this way.
What other qualifications do you hold?
Well, I don't want to bore you with my life story, but I've had residencies in internal medicine, fellowships in pathology. A full list of my qualifications is in my CV.
Would you recognize a copy of this CV if shown to you today?
Yes, I would.
At this time, defense would like to approach. Defense would like to approach opposing counsel with what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 28.
Looks good.
Would Your Honor like a courtesy copy?
Yes, please.
Permission to approach bench.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Marlowe, what have I just handed you?
This is a copy of my curriculum vitae, my CV, if you will.
Is it a true and accurate representation of your CV?
Yes, it is.
Has it been changed or altered in any way?
Not that I can tell.
At this time, Your Honor, defense moves to enter what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 28 into evidence.
Any objections? No, Your Honor. All right, it's so admitted.
Doctor, did you rely on sufficient facts and data in coming to your opinion on today's case?
Yes, I did. See, my job was to do a review of the autopsy. That meant I had access to all the data, all the tests that were conducted by the doctor that had put together the autopsy in the first place.
What method did you use when coming to this conclusion?
Like I said, I did a standard autopsy review. It's the gold standard in my field, and I've done this many, many times before.
Did you reliably apply this to the facts of today's case?
Yes, I did. I take my job very seriously, and I make sure to do my best I can every time.
Will your testimony better help the jury understand the facts of today's case?
I believe it would, particularly because I don't quite agree with the conclusion presented in the autopsy.
Well, let's start on what you guys agree with. What do you agree with, Dr. Hartley?
Well, me and the other doctor, Dr. Hartley, we both agreed that Rob Armstrong drowned due to a lack of oxygen, or hypoxia.
Doctor, what is hypoxia?
Well, like I said, it's a lack of oxygen. The cells, muscles, organs in your body, they're not getting the oxygen that they need to help you function.
How can something like hypoxia contribute to drowning?
Well, some symptoms of hypoxia can include disorientation, dizziness, even blackouts. None of that is stuff you want happen to you when you're underwater.
And let's jump to Dr. Hartley's conclusion. What was Dr. Hartley able to find?
Well, when I reviewed Dr. Hartley's report, it seemed that she came to a conclusion of oxalic acid poisoning, which I don't agree is necessarily true.
Why don't you agree?
Well, quite simply, there's other alternative explanations that we can't quite rule out.
Doctor, what are those alternative explanations?
I believe the most likely alternate cause was overexertion.
What symptoms come with overexertion?
Overexertion manifests in muscle fatigue, brain fog. You might see someone breathing real heavy, trying to catch their breath just to make sure that their body's getting the oxygen that they need.
Based on your review, was Rob Armstrong experiencing any of these symptoms?
Well, I reviewed the video footage of Rob Armstrong before he died. my understanding was that he went through a very strenuous physical obstacle course before the dive, and before he went in the water, he appeared to be breathing very heavily.
Let's talk about Dr. Hartley and their ultimate conclusion. Why do you believe that their conclusion is flawed?
Well, I don't entirely agree with the interpretations that they used to come to a conclusion of oxalic acid poisoning.
Where did you find their interpretation?
I found it in the toxicology report that outlined the results of the tests that they conducted.
Would you recognize a copy of this toxicology report if shown to you today?
Yes, I would.
At this time, defense would like to approach opposing counsel with what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 4. Would you like a courtesy copy, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
Dr. Marlowe, what have I just handed you?
This is a copy of the toxicology report conducted by Dr. Hartley.
And is it a true and accurate copy of that report?
Looks the same as when I first reviewed it.
Does it appear to have been changed or altered in any way?
No, it does not.
At this time, Your Honor, the defense moves to enter what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 4 into evidence.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, it's admitted.
Now, Doctor, when looking at that toxicology report, what were you able to find about Dr. Hartley's interpretation?
Well, it says right here under the interpretations section that they believe that some symptoms that they observed were caused by oxalic acid inhalation. However, it's important to note that these are just interpretations. In the human body, there's numerous causes for anything you can observe, so there's always something else that you can be looking out for.
Now, you just mentioned oxalic acid. Can you tell us what that means?
Oh, of course. The name sounds threatening, but it's a common household cleaning product. You find it used to remove things like rust.
Now, after reviewing Dr. Hartley's interpretation, do you believe that that was conclusive?
I don't believe we can say with scientific certainty that that Rob Armstrong suffered from oxalic acid poisoning. Like I said, there's other explanations.
What were those other explanations?
As I mentioned, I believe that he died due to overexertion, particularly because some of the findings that were in the body have multiple other explanations.
What other findings were you able to find?
Now, one thing that Dr. Hartley noted in their medical report was the presence of what we call oxalate crystals.
What are those?
Now, that's just another fancy science word, but all it means is that that's the substance that kidney stones are made up of. They can appear in the body for a wide variety of reasons, such as kidney stone formation, or even dehydration.
And how does this have to do with the death of Rob Armstrong?
Well, while we did find oxalate crystals in Rob Armstrong's kidneys, they were a lot smaller than the size that we typically see with acute oxalic acid ingestion. Because of this, I don't think it's likely that Rob Armstrong inhaled enough oxalic acid to reach the toxic dose for humans.
Doctor, based on all your review, what were you able to find regarding Rob Armstrong's death?
What I was able to find is that there's multiple perfectly reasonable explanations for the death of Rob Armstrong. We can't rule out overexertion, and we can't definitively conclude that it was because of oxalic acid.
Thank you, Doctor. No further questions at this time. I pass the witness. May I publish Exhibits 28 and 4 to the jury?
Yes, please. All right, cross-examination.
Now, you reviewed Dr. Hartley's blood samples.
That's quite right.
You also reviewed his toxicology report.
Yes, I did.
You agreed with him on both of these reports.
I agreed with what we found in the blood and in the body. I don't necessarily agree with the
But
interpretation.
you agreed with the blood sample and the toxicology report.
Yes, there's no doubt.
You
in
got
what
the
we
same
found.
results?
Yes, I was reviewing his results.
So that's a yes to the question.
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative. I'd ask that my witness be able to finish their statements.
Untimely.
Yes, ma'am.
Overruled.
So that's a yes to my question.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
You agree with the blood sample and toxicology results.
Yes, I do agree with what we found in the body.
You would also agree that Dr. Hartley is a well-respected forensic pathologist.
Objection, lack of personal knowledge, Your Honor.
Can you elaborate on that?
Dr. Gray Marlowe works in a different field entirely. He testifies he goes to court and testifies in legal cases. He has not testified to any knowledge of Dr. Hartley, and they have not laid the proper foundation.
So you're saying this is an improper expert opinion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Response.
In his affidavit, he says that Dr. Hartley is a well-respected forensic pathologist.
We're talking about this witness and not Dr. Hartley.
Yeah, well, response. In Dr. Marlowe's affidavit, he says that Dr. Hartley is a well-respected forensic pathologist.
Could you respond to opposing counsel's argument about him not having the proper knowledge?
I could skip the question.
I don't want you to skip the question.
Understood. Could you elaborate? I'm not understanding what he's saying.
Opposing counsel can elaborate for you.
They have not laid the foundation to determine that Dr. Gray Marlowe, in any way knows Dr. Hartley or in any way is familiar with his work.
Can you respond to that?
He has said that he reviewed Dr. Hartley's blood samples as well as toxicology reports, showing that he's familiar with his work. Also, he's familiar with the rest of his exhibits. Everything that Dr. Hartley has reviewed, so has Dr. Marlowe.
Overruled.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also conducted tests on the kidney samples, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you also found traces of calcium oxalate stones inside of his kidneys?
Yes, that's what I mentioned earlier. That's what kidney stones are made up of.
And one of your possible alternatives to the appearance of the stones was mild dehydration, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Are you familiar with... One second, sorry. Are you familiar... Oh, sorry, do you have the toxicology report, or did you return it?
I believe it was retrieved from me.
Okay. Your Honor, could I... permission to... let the record reflect approaching opposing counsel. Would you like a courtesy copy, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
Permission to approach the bench.
You don't need to ask him.
Didn't think I already asked once, that's fine.
Oh, no worries.
Now, Dr. Marlowe, you said that one of the possible alternatives was mild dehydration. Could I direct the court's attention to line 11, please? It
Or only
says...
has page 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. Thank you.
Could I direct the court's attention to line 11, please? Where it says that the electrolytes are normal. Now, Dr. Marlowe, could you please explain to the jury what causes dehydration?
Yes, dehydration most simply is caused when someone's not drinking enough water.
And water has electrolytes?
That's correct, but most things in nature have some kind of electrolytes.
But water has electrolytes.
Yes, that's correct.
I want to move to the autopsy report. You agreed with one of the things that you disagreed with was Dr. Hartley's conclusion of the abrasions on the decedent's face, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Dr. Hartley believed that they were caused by chemical burns. It seemed more likely to me that they were caused by violently ripping his mask off.
So you believed that the abrasions on the decedent's face was just caused by his hands?
I believe it was due to the action of physically ripping his mask off.
Are you familiar with the MSDS sheet?
Are you referring to the the safety data sheet for the oxalic acid?
Mhm.
Yes, I am familiar.
Let the record reflect I'm approaching opposing counsel. Would you like a courtesy copy?
Yes, please.
If the court could also direct their attention to lines 19 as well as line 20, where it says that if oxalic acid makes contact with the skin, it's hazardous, also toxic and corrosive. Just to clarify, Dr. Hartley's findings were that the oxalic acids was the cause of the abrasions on his face.
Yes, that's correct, but I don't believe without knowing how much oxalic acid there was that we can definitively
But you
say
agree that this MSDS sheet says that if oxalic acid makes contact with the skin, it can cause corrosiveness.
Yes, that's what it says here.
Corrosiveness can be attributed to abrasions.
Yes, when corrosive material contacts the skin, it can lead to abrasions.
So that's a yes to my question?
Yes, it is.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor. I asked that my witness may be allowed to step down.
All right, doctor, you can step down.
Permission to retrieve the exhibits, Your Honor?
Which ones?
So, exhibit 4 and 14.
You may. All right, defense, please call your next witness.
Your Honor, the defense calls Charlie Martin to the stand.
Charlie Martin, please take the stand.
Permission to continue?
You may.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Charlie Martin.
And Mr. Martin, could you spell that last name?
Of course, it's Martin.
And just to clarify for the court today, did you kill Rob Armstrong?
No. I never even thought about hurting